Good afternoon, dudes and dudettes. My name is Mel, and if today, the 27th day of June, is your birthday, allow me to take a moment to wish you a happy leveling up day. Today, I wanted to take a moment to talk about why it's taken me so long to start this journey that I'm going on. A huge part of that has been pain. Back in 2021, my appendix exploded. I had to get emergency surgery to have it removed. They had talked about my gallbladder, but kind of made it seem like it wasn't a serious necessity to have it done if they had taken the time to explain to me that you're going to have to come back regardless and get that thing out. I probably would have signed off to have that done at the same time as my appendix. Instead, I had to wait a whole year before going back and getting it done. When I had a pancreatic attack because a 4 millimeter stone got lodged into a 3 millimeter tube, which, according to my doctor who had done these surgeries for at least 20 years, was the smallest tubes he'd ever dealt with. When I went back for my gallbladder, I ended up having 3 procedures done. The first and the third one were both tubes down the throat where they try and shove whatever it is kind of out or grab it with little grabbers, and neither time they weren't successful. And in between, I had my gallbladder removed. I was in the hospital for about a week. It wasn't until 2 weeks after my surgery, literally one day before I went in for my follow-up appointment, that I finally passed that gallstone. I remember the amount of relief that came with it when it finally passed through. But I will also say that I have not had a single day without pain since my appendectomy. I live with constant pain. And even before that had happened, I had been living with chronic pain already. When I was 13, I developed this sense of doom where I was convinced that by the age of 36, I was going to be, that even if I survived 36, that between then and 42, I was going to not be here anymore. And so I lived that way. I lived with that conviction because that sense of doom never left me until they removed my gallbladder. That's right. In 2022, I lost my gallbladder and my sense of impending doom. I've always had friends who were like, oh yeah, I never expected to make it out of my teens or out of my 20s. I never expected to make it to my 30s. I have always expected to survive into my 30s and then die at 36. Like, that was my expectation for life. But I didn't. I have had to rewrite my entire life outlook now because I did not expect to be here. So what do you do with a life that you didn't expect to live? How do you cope? How do you go from, well, I'll be anyway, so it doesn't freaking matter what I do, to suddenly I could see myself easily making it to 82, 86, 99. I could live to be 120 with how modern medicine is going. Do I want to? Not particularly, but I hope that I have a good quality of life leading up to it. At 34, I lost my sense of doom. 2 years before my self-proclaimed, I'll be gone by then, so it doesn't really matter anyways. I still had that expectation of, well, any amount of things could take me out, although I did not feel that sense anymore. And if I'm being perfectly honest, there was a part of me that really rebelled against the fact that, okay, great, so now I'm going to be here for at least twice as long as I expected. Now, what do I do? What do I do with that? You run for president. Might as well. No, who's gonna stop me? Me. That's it. That's the only person who's going to stop me. I refuse to be ashamed of any of the things I've done in my past, which I've done a lot of things. I've lived a varied experience. It's taken me a long time to get to the point where I wanted to start doing anything again, where I wanted to share bits and pieces of my life, where I would want to hang out with people, talk to them, and tell them my experiences. I let a lot of things just drop. Just dropped them. I have been a terrible friend, terrible partner, but in many ways, I really needed that time. I needed that time to rest, to recover, to get through the burnout that I had been living in for, at that point, decades. And now I'm getting there. And I'm inviting you to join me on this journey of what it looks like to become a person that you would want to vote for president. Join me. Become a person that you would want to vote for president. Figure out what that means to you. So I'm inviting you to join me on this journey, whatever it looks like to become a person that I would want to vote for president. I hope that you also find ways in which you would want to improve. Remember that life can be difficult, that life can be hard, and that is when you show your compassion, your care, and your consideration for your fellow man. Just because somebody comes off as harsh doesn't mean that they don't have something going on with them that you don't know about. Give them some grace, but also remember to take no shit, because you also deserve some grace and compassion. Call people out when they're rude to you. I wanted to share this with you today because I woke up in pain that was very familiar to me, that I had been living with for a very long time, and I just wanted to take a moment to share it with you, to let you know that if you are dealing with chronic pain, that you are not alone. That sometimes the bravest thing that you can do is to simply stay here. Maybe tomorrow won't be better, but there will be a day that is better. Keep going. You've got this. I've got this. We've got this. I hope you have a better day. Bye. Hello. One is a tube. The first and last one were both it's a good thing I'm paying attention. How old am I? Fuck off! Fuck all the way off! You found it! Good job! Oh, hello! Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, you take it back. Hello! Hello! What's his name? Ace. Hi, Ace. Yeah? You making new friends today? Go get her! Go get her! Oh, yeah. Have a good one.